I am Steve. As a child, I yearned for the mines, but something always got in the way.
Go on! Get out of here!
But the call of the mines was too strong. So one day, I started digging and digging until I found this. A wonderland where anything you can imagine is possible. As long as what you imagine can be built out of blocks.
What's this junk?
An ender pearl. Teleports you to wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
And that was the only one I had. No biggie.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone, where we love talking about movies and more. I'm your host, Mason Phillips, and today I've got a review for you for a Minecraft movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Before we get any further in this video, I ask you guys to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos go live on this channel. When you guys do that, it always helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. Now, let's talk about the plot. A mysterious portal pulls four misfits into the overworld, a bizarre cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they'll have to master the terrain while embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected crafter named Steve.
Who are you?
I am Steve.
Alright, so before we get any further in this video, just want to let you guys know, I'm a little under the weather right now, so my voice is going to sound a little off. I'm dealing with some minor congestion issues, so nothing too bad right now. I'm not overly sick, but I am a little under the weather. Just letting you guys know, that's why my voice is a little off in this video, so bear with me on that. I do apologize for that. So when the first couple trailers dropped for a Minecraft movie, I didn't know what to make of this movie. Before the trailers even came out, I thought that this was a poor idea for a film. A Minecraft movie? Minecraft on its own doesn't even really have a strong plot. Yeah, there's Minecraft story mode from Telltale Games. There's a few other stories and plots I guess they brought in and expansions for the game, but the base game does not have a plot. The game itself is all about building, crafting, creating your own world. So how do you get a good solid film out of this kind of material, and how do you make a good video game movie out of this game? There have been so many bad video game movies made over the last couple of years, but in recent time we've also had some really good video game adaptations. I think more so on the TV side. I'm thinking The Last of Us and I'm thinking Fallout, but we've also had some good film adaptations recently, like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, like the Super Mario Brothers movie. But then we've also had a really bad one recently with Borderlands from last year, which is one of my least favorite films from the 2024 film season, which also happened to have Jack Black as part of the cast. So not that Jack Black is the issue, he was also in the Super Mario Brothers movie as Bowser, so he is not the issue when it comes to the cast, or like when he's cast in a film. I don't expect that movie to automatically be bad, or if it's a video game movie that he's cast in to automatically be bad. But as far as video game movies go, they're up in the air as to whether or not they're going to be good or not. It's about a 50-50 shot if you're going to get a average movie at least, or a garbage movie. And at the very least, all you can hope is to have somewhat of a good time. When I saw the trailers, I thought, this looks really weird. I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. I really wasn't impressed with that first trailer. I thought the dialogue was very cringy. I thought that the visuals were interesting enough, but I don't think that it really hooked me when I saw that first trailer. And then word of mouth started coming out about the film as early screenings were happening for Minecraft movie. And the best thing I heard about this movie was it was better than we all expected it to be. So I was like, well, okay, at least I can get some kind of good out of this film. Maybe I'll walk away not having hated my time watching a Minecraft movie. My wife really wanted to go see this movie, so we made it a date day for us. We ended up going to see it this past weekend. And guys, I gotta say, I was blown away by this film in all the right ways. Now, I'm not saying this is the best movie I'm going to see from 2025. I don't think so. I happen to believe it will easily be beat. But at the moment, it is somehow my favorite movie from the 2025 film season. I've only seen 7 films from this year so far, so take that with what you will, but I really enjoyed a Minecraft movie. This movie knows exactly what kind of movie it is. All the dialogue, all the character work, everything that it was going for in the plot, it's so over the top, so bombastic, makes total sense because this film was directed by the same director who directed Napoleon Dynamite. Now, that's not a movie that I've seen or really been eager to go check out. I'm sorry if you're a big fan of that film. I'm not dogging on it. I just haven't seen it. It just hasn't really grabbed my interest. But that movie is known for being so ridiculous. And that's what a Minecraft movie is. And it was probably perfect that they got that director to do this movie. They knew what kind of movie they were making. They weren't trying to be anything different. They weren't trying to be overly serious. They were just trying to have fun with the property. And each cast member got to have a lot of fun too. I'm talking Jason Momoa and I'm talking Jack Black. Both guys got to have so much fun with their role. You could just feel the ridiculousness, but not to the extent that it feels stupid. It feels fun. They know what they're doing with this film. They know what they're delivering. They know the dialogue they're delivering. They know it's nothing Shakespearean or anything like that. It's just a fun video game brought to life, and it was just a joy. It was just a joy. There were so many times where I busted out laughing in the theater. And one thing on the theater experience, apparently this film has gotten some crazy theater experience, especially across the United States. I don't know what's going on with a Minecraft movie. I know Minecraft is a huge property where gaming is concerned, but apparently it's a lot bigger and more people were really excited to see this movie than I thought. I thought this movie was going to do fine at the box office, but I didn't think it was going to do as good as I am now expecting it to do. These theaters have been packed, they've been rowdy, they've been full of excitement, and they've been kind of full of some audience members that haven't been too respectful of other audience members. Cops have been called into some screenings in regards to some more rowdy audiences, ones that are making the theater experience a little bit maybe uncomfortable for the rest of the audience. So I will say this, if you're going to see this movie, be respectful. If you're really into the Minecraft series, if you're really into this film, you get really excited in the theater. There's nothing wrong with cheering, there's nothing wrong with clapping, there's nothing wrong with laughing out loud. But when you start throwing popcorn buckets at other people or water bottles or whatever, don't do that kind of stuff. That stuff is stupid, that stuff is dumb. I'm telling you, don't do that. Thankfully, that was not my experience. I had a pretty good film experience. It was full of families and kids, people just laughing and enjoying the film. So I had a pretty good film experience, but there have been reports and there's video proof of a lot of these screenings going ballistic. So when you're going to see this movie, just be respectful of all the other audience members around you. Try not to throw things. I mean, I shouldn't have to ask that. No one should ever have to tell you that, but don't do that when you're going to see this movie. Just be respectful of the other people around you. But the film overall, it was super enjoyable. I love the bombastic, slapstick nature of this film. It was very fun. It's got some good messaging in it, and it's got a good story, heartfelt story. Yeah, it's a little over the top, but again, this movie knows exactly what kind of film it is. All the cast had a lot of fun with this movie. I was super entertained from start to finish. I thought the pacing was pretty good for the most part. I thought the only point that it kind of dragged, and my wife agreed with me on this, was the ending. When they go back into the real world, they do have fun with the real world stuff, but it's when we get into the Minecraft world, that's where the movie becomes fun. That's where the movie becomes really exciting and really entertaining and really grips you. The real world stuff is fine, and they do have fun with that throughout the course of the film. They cut back to it a couple times, but it's always fun. It's always got something really funny and hilarious going on there. So it's not that it drags the film down, but it's never as exciting as what's going on in the Minecraft world. But overall, this film was really fun, really entertaining. Jack Black had so much fun with this movie. They knew how to utilize him. They got Jack Black for this movie, so they knew how to utilize him, utilize his strengths. Jason Momoa just had so much fun with this film. He got to be kind of the surfer dude, surfer bro guy that we kind of know him as, playing the Aquaman character at times. Got to just dial all that up to 11 when he got to play this character. And he just had a lot of fun with this movie. All the supporting cast had a lot of fun with this film. It was just a fun film to watch. It might have been a fun film to make too. I could tell the cast was at least having a lot of fun from what I was seeing in their portrayal of these characters. It was really enjoyable, and for a film that's probably about 90% CGI, there wasn't a point where I was like, that's bad CGI or that doesn't work. The whole world is kind of CGI, and it doesn't come off poorly like it did in films like, say, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where a lot of that film was also largely CGI, but it doesn't play off very well with the live action characters. This case, it kind of does because of the world they're going into, because of the stylistic nature of the Minecraft series, and I think it all blended together very well. I think it all ran together very well, and I was quite impressed with the visuals of this film, the storytelling. Now, it's not the best story you're going to get, but again, they had fun with this film. They knew what kind of film they were making. They had fun with the ridiculous nature of making a Minecraft movie using live action people. I thought that this was a film that might have been better suited to be animated before I saw this movie, and maybe that's still the case, but I had a lot of fun with this movie as it was presented to me. I enjoyed it for what it brought. I enjoyed it for what it presented to the audience, and I'm one of the few critics maybe that is going to say that they really enjoyed this film in light liked what they experienced, because a lot of critics have also been I think have been gauging this film off of needing to be something that it's not. Maybe taking itself a little bit more seriously, maybe being filmed in another medium, needing to be animated versus live action. Maybe people just don't like Jack Black. I don't know. But there are some critics that have been looking at this film, and I think they've been looking at this film completely the wrong way. You can't go into this movie like other films. I think you have to look at this film as knowing that it's supposed to be super ridiculous, super bombastic, knowing that this movie knows exactly what kind of movie it is. It's not trying to be anything more than that. It was just trying to have fun, and I had fun with this movie. They had fun making this movie. I thought that this was an enjoyable movie-going experience. All right, what was mixed about a Minecraft movie? Now, I will say, Jack Black can be a little over the top at times. I think for the majority of this film, it does play to his advantage. But there are times when he breaks out in a song. Of course, they got Jack Black, so they want to use his musical talents. But I think at times, it does go on a little too long. I think they utilize that aspect of his musical talents a little too much throughout this movie. He breaks into song about 3 or 4 times throughout the course of this entire film. It was fine to do it the first time. Maybe it was fine to do it the last time. But he does it about 3 or 4 times throughout this film. And I think it goes on just a little too long. Does it a little too much, a little overplayed where that is concerned, and I think that can bog the movie down a little bit. So there are times when it just goes a little too far, even though this film knows that it can go pretty far. There are times when it just goes a little too far where maybe his performance was concerned. There are times when the ridiculousness of Jason Momoa's character does also go a little far and can get into the annoyance and unbelievable factor for me. Overall, I did enjoy his performance as well, but it could have been toned down in a few spots. Finally, what was bad about a Minecraft movie? The only thing that I thought was really bad was the villain. The villain's pretty lackluster. I didn't really care about the villain at all. Motivation's fine, I guess, but I don't know. Just didn't do anything for me, and they probably could have used a better way to get into the Minecraft world too. Pretty convenient how that kind of came together, and a lot of this film is just convenience after convenience, and that's just kind of the way this movie goes. This movie knows exactly what it is, but sometimes that just kind of falls into the lazy writing aspect of it. I mean, you can't just use that as an excuse for everything you're doing in this movie, that, oh, this movie's supposed to be stupid, it's supposed to be bombastic, it's supposed to be dumb. Yeah, but then things become a little too convenient, and then that kind of becomes a detriment to your movie, and it kind of takes away the extension of unbelievability that I'm giving you. You know, I'm allowing myself to go into disbelief with a lot of this film, but there's a few points where I can't stretch that disbelief enough that everything has to be so convenient throughout this entire film for all of our heroes. So that can be an issue too, where that was concerned. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's better than a lot of people were expecting it to be. It's so much better than I was expecting it to be. And it happens to be my favorite film of the 2025 season so far. I really did enjoy this movie. This movie knows exactly what kind of movie it is. The creators and talent behind this movie knew exactly what kind of movie they were making. And you could just feel the fun exuding from this film, oozing from the screen. You can feel the fun coming from this film. I had fun with this film. Audiences are clearly having fun with this film. And this movie is going to do so well at the box office. I can already tell. When my wife and I went to go see this movie, we made the mistake of not getting tickets ahead of time. So we went to our local theater, and there was no way we were going to be able to get a seat at the screening we were going for. So we had to drive about 20 to 30 minutes to the next couple cities over to get a good screening. And thankfully, we were able to get a couple tickets for that screening, see it a little later than we had anticipated, but we were able to squeeze ourselves into a screening. But that screening was also packed, completely packed. So if you have somehow not seen a Minecraft movie yet and you're wanting to, I know we're going into week 2 with this film. We're going to be going into the first full week, but the second weekend coming up. Go ahead and buy your tickets early before you go see this movie, because everybody wants to go see a Minecraft movie. And everybody's probably going to want to go see this movie again and again and again, especially kids are really going to want to see this movie multiple times. This movie's going to do very well at the box office. So a warning before you go see this movie. Don't make the mistake that I did. Thankfully, I was still able to get in and see it. We were still able to go see this movie, but go ahead and order your tickets ahead of time so you don't have that issue. I don't know if that means when it comes to films on a large scale that you're always going to have to buy your tickets in advance. That used to be the rule of thumb for me a couple years ago, is that's what I would always do. But then came COVID, came a different era in film where you really didn't have to buy your tickets ahead of time. There were a few films that created that exception, but you could kind of wait until the day of or when you got to the theater to buy your tickets and still get a good seat. But maybe now the tides are turning again and you really need to get your tickets ahead of time before you go to the theater to make sure you got yourself a good seat. So you're not sitting in the front row or in the front row far left and having to look like this while you're watching the movie. Buy your tickets ahead of time before you go see a Minecraft movie at least. Definitely recommend that. And I recommend this movie as well. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It knows exactly what it is. This movie knows exactly what kind of movie it is. Goes for the ridiculousness, goes for the bombastic nature, goes for the ridiculous dialogue. Jack Black, Jason Momoa, they play up their characters so well in all the right ways. I really enjoyed this film. It was such a wonderful, wonderful experience. Laughed out loud multiple times throughout this movie. I think you're really going to enjoy your time with this one. If I'm going to give this movie a rating, it's got to be a 4.5 out of 5 or a B+ on the letter scale. I'm not going to give it an A- or an A+. I did really enjoy this movie, but because of the kind of movie it is, because of some of the stuff that it did do that did bring it down a little bit in the mixed and negative aspects of this movie, I can't quite give it a perfect score. The villain didn't quite work for me. Sometimes this film is overly convenient where the plot is concerned, where our main characters are concerned. So I can't give this film a perfect score, but I did really enjoy this movie at the end of the day. If you've seen a Minecraft movie, I would love to hear from you. Go down in the comment section and let me know what you thought of this movie. Before you go, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified when new videos go live on this channel. When you guys do that, it always helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all have an awesome and a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.